So, Rowan, in the last few years, you've been mentored by Michael Myers. You've been in a Stephen King adaptation, and now you're in Billy Chapman's Santa costume, wielding his axe.
Yeah,
Uh, as a horror fan, you must be having such a great time.
I'm ecstatic. It can't get
Yeah.
better. Yeah, I've been so lucky. It's been a blast. It
Yeah.
just makes me want to do more horror.
So, were you familiar with Silent Night, Deadly Night before this project?
This was a weird cosmic thing, but I went to a theater in Los Angeles called the New Beverly, which is a Quentin Tarantino theater, and the person who programs it does an amazing job. But they screened Silent Night, Deadly Night, the original, and I went to go watch that movie, and then 2 months later, this script hit my inbox.
Mm.
So it was the weirdest lineup of things happening.
Yeah.
But so I was familiar, and it was very fresh in my brain. So reading the script and the screenplay and how this version of it goes was like such a treat, that
Yeah.
close to seeing the movie.
It's such a cult classic, and the sequel as well, of course, with Garbage Day and everything. Did you feel any kind of pressure, I suppose, after the divisive response of Halloween Ends as well and things?
Yeah. I mean, look, like the way that I see it truly is that like there's a reason we all love this genre, and there's a reason that the fans keep these movies being made. Like the divisiveness is a positive for me. I mean, that's like you think, like we're talking about a movie that was originally made and protested against and ripped out of theaters. Like the divisiveness of this genre is what it is. So for me, the thing that I feel pressure about is that like I feel maybe not I feel like excited to deliver the version of our story. That's what I feel. I feel pressure about getting it right so that the idea of it can be divisive in its best form. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of
So,
course.
but for the most part, I'm like, I don't know, call it the blind leading the blind, but like I'm just a fan of the genre, so it's hard to say no. I
Yeah.
want to go exist in these worlds, and I want to have these experiences. It's been
Hmm.
an amazing sort of start of my career.
The reputation of the original film is that it's kind of a bit campy and it's silly and it's over the top.
That shit
Um,
crazy.
yeah, yeah. Did you feel that going into it, like you wanted to sort of recreate that?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's always sort of like I think Mike did such a good job with like the screenplay and like the crazy beats, and once you arrive on page whatever that was with the Nazi Santa party, I feel like you get the chaos
Yeah.
pretty quick, and that voice in his head was such a fun way to sort of like give context perhaps to what's going on in Billy, and also the love aspect he brought into it, and sort of that choice between her and violence and feeling stuck. Like it all really worked for me. Yeah.
For that opening sort of title card that's very grindhouse in its style, and
Yeah.
the way straight away, like this is a love letter to that era of horror.
Yeah.
The kind of the gritty and the sleazy and the No, I
Yeah,
thought it
you
was
want it to
fantastic.
feel a bit slick. Yeah.
Yeah. And Mike P. Nelson, your director, he's no stranger to doing franchise films either. He did the last Wrong Turn film, I think, which was, I would say, the best one of the series. I thought it was great.
I think he's such a talented guy, and I think
Yeah.
we're going to see a lot of really great movies out of Mike. Truly.
Yeah. Did you feel you worked well together as both
Yeah.
being horror fans? And
Yeah, I mean, the big thing for me is like this was also a really interesting experience working with the director because Mike was the voice in my head while we were filming.
Right. Okay.
So not only am I working with Mike as an actor director, but he's my scene partner for a lot of
Right.
this. And so he's got this insane ability to. He's also an incredible actor. He's just a storyteller. Like I'm just a massive fan of him, and I think we worked really well together. And I think I'd love to do something else with Mike if the opportunity came up. But yeah, it's when you're both truly fans and you want the idea to work and you're both working hard towards that, it's really, really easy to get along and be friends that way. So we had a great time in Winnipeg.
Great. And how was it balancing the different sort of genres and tones? Because as you said, there's the big Nazi massacre scene, but then there's also this really sweet romance, and it feels like a real kind of hallmark Christmas romance film that my mum would spend hours watching. And like, were there any days where you were going from one tone to the other, and like?
Yeah, I think I even had this experience, shooting other, like Halloween was one of those movies, but like there's this weird thing where you spend like a week shooting a romance movie and you're like, okay, we're in a romance movie, and then like you show up at 4 a.m. on a Monday or whatever and you're covered in blood and you're cutting someone's arm off. Like it's such a jarring, weird thing. I think like as far as like balancing tone when you go to make a movie, like all I can do is just offer my idea of super far this way, and there's this version as well. So, I think he did such a good job of sort of like roping in that tone. But the fun part about Grindhouse and these types of movies is that tonal jarringness is so fun. Like that, every movie has their place, but it's like for me when I go see a slasher film, it's like I like leaving the reality. I want to feel that tonal sort of like chaos. That's why these movies are, nostalgic to me. I love that stuff. So I think he did a great job.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite films of this era and this genre?
I'm trying to think I love rewatching stuff. I'm really guilty of rewatching films. Like Gremlins is a rewatch for me constantly. Yeah. Original Halloween is a rewatch for me. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I literally have a notification setting on my phone for screenings near me.
Okay, yeah.
Because I have to go see it whenever it's in a theater. Yeah. But I watch a lot of movies, and every time someone asks me that question, I blank out immediately. Every time. It's funny.
Yeah, Gremlins is of course another Christmas one, and you've now done a massacre at Christmas, and you've done one at Halloween. Are there any other sort of public holidays you want to?
I'm sure we'll get there eventually, but none that I'm like dying to do. I'm not like, give me the Easter movie. Are there Easter horrors? I'm trying to think of what.
I don't know.
I'm sure there are.
Yeah. No, I can't think of one, but then there must be, right?
Yeah, should be.
Yeah. Yeah, Halloween Ends. I mean, you've probably talked about it quite a bit, and I don't want to spend too much time now as we're talking about Silent Night, but with that divisiveness, and you've talked about being, it's a great thing for the genre, which it is. Do you feel that that's changing with Halloween Ends? I think there's certainly people coming around to it more now, as with Halloween 3 back in the 80s.
Yeah, I think it's hard to go see. It must have been hard to go see that movie and it be so its own adventure. So I think out of the gate, I mean, again, like my like for me, it was like my experience was like reading the script and being like, I want to make this story so bad, and that was my focus on delivering that. And so like when all the reactions and everything happened, for me it was like it all made a lot of sense. And like I said, divisiveness is like the most exciting part of being a part of this genre. But you're right, like over time, there's sort of been this like. There's a stewing with it, or like it's like you can release the other movies and go watch that movie and be in that world. And I've definitely noticed a lot more people wanting to talk about it, or there's sort of like constant waves of that movie being seen.
Yeah.
My favorite conversations are the ones where people are like, when I saw that movie, I hated that movie. And then like I watched it 2 years later and I actually really liked that movie. And I'm like, that's great. That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, anytime you can go adventure back into something and have a different experience, that's a huge positive for me.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to talk about it very briefly because my best friend and I, we watch all horrors. We've sort of bonded over the genre for years. And Halloween Ends is genuinely our favorite film. We watch it together so often.
Great.
And on October 14th, we have the Ends-iversary, where each year we watch it on its release date again. And I just wanted to show you, I have this Corey tattoo here.
My God, that's so sick. Dude, I adored that mask so much. Oh, man, I'm freaking out. That's such a cool tattoo.
Really quickly show you, if you don't mind. My friend is an artist. He does charcoal art, and he did this Corey and Michael kind of tribute.
Whoa, man. Oh, my God. Dude, that's crazy.
Wow. I just wanted you to know that, we've sort of loved it from the start, and it's really
Man,
great to see
that's
this
so
this reaction changing.
That's amazing, dude. I can't, like, that movie means so much to me, and
Mhm.
yeah, it's really really cool to watch people live in that world. Because
Mm.
for me, I got to go do that, and it's such a visceral feeling, and I can
Mm.
still feel it. I can still smell it. I can still,
Mm.
like, that sewer
Yeah.
trees, Georgia, like, that
Mm.
movie's so in my body that every time I see someone talk about that movie, or like your tattoo, see that mask
Mm.
or that drawing, like, it really takes me back to that very, very cool, positive place in my
Mm.
life. It's just
That's
really
great.
special.
Great. Another thing that you might also not forget quickly is that Nazi scene we talked about in
Yeah,
this film. I
yeah.
mean, that's something that surely any actor wouldn't forget.
No, I remember reading that in the screenplay and thinking they're never going to let us do this. And then
Yeah.
there I was in the middle of Winnipeg, Canada, doing that. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's such a fun sequence, and to, like, learn all that and, like, sort of do that ballet.
Mm.
And then, on the flip side, you walk into a room and there's Nazi banners everywhere, and you're like,
Yeah.
what is my job? What is this? This is insane. Yeah, you don't forget those things, and they're so fun to do.
And how kind of carefully choreographed was that whole sequence?
Yeah, there's, like, honest to God, one of the best stunt teams in the world in Winnipeg.
Mm.
They do a lot of really great
Mm.
movies. And so I had a chance when I first got out there. I spent like 3 or 4 days going through all the steps, and
Mm.
it was like, we, didn't have a ton of time. It's like making a modern movie. Like, there's
Mm.
not a ton of time. You got to get things done. So, 3 or 4 days, and it was like, this happens, and then the next step, and then they had this whole
Mm.
thing choreographed, and we got to show Mike the movie. We made a little movie of that whole sequence, and he was like, "Yeah,
Mm.
this is great,"
Mm.
and then putting it up on its feet and shooting pieces of it and stuff. It was,
Yeah.
what a riot, man! It's a lot of fun. But yeah, it
Yeah.
was well choreographed, and we shot that entire sequence in like a 10 and a half hour day. Like,
Wow.
we went crazy.
Mm.
Because again, the time constraints and stuff. And
Mm.
so yeah, it was really, really lucky to have that quality of a stunt team with us.
Mm. And without going into spoiler territory, the way the film ends is very open for more. Is that something that's being discussed?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not in charge of any of
Yeah.
that, but yeah, I think it ends in it's such a like a Mike.
Mm.
It's so fun, and it's sort of
Yeah.
like, it's that '90s, like, it's slasher. I think it's a ton of fun,
Yeah.
and I'd love to see that movie.
Mm. Well, thank you so much, Rowan, for your time. It's been amazing to talk to you.
Oh, you
Big,
too,
big,
man.
big fan of your work, and
Oh, thank you.
it's great to talk to another fan of the genre as well. And it's so
Yeah,
evident that everything you do is with passion and love for it. It's just
thanks.
great.
That means a lot, truly.
Silent night, deadly night.